Hey guys, Road to Big here, hope you all are doing alright. Well, today we're gonna do a kind of a different video because this channel is all about getting big and therefore you have to know what to eat so you can make those gains. And today I'm gonna actually show you something on my PC, because if you want to do things right, you got to do some research, and that's what I've done for you. I have the Gainit Reddit open right here. It has always like 300 people connected, so if you have questions you can just ask and someone will help you. But if you go to Wiki right here, and it tells you basically the TLDR that you long didn't read. So it tells you have to calculate your TDEE and then eat 500 calories above that. So the TDEE is the total daily energy expenditure. So basically what you burn all day just doing nothing. And actually that's something we calculated in another video on apps, which is very important. So you can go right here on the link, and if you go right here, I use centimeters because I'm no fool. I know my weight, my height, my age, and I don't want to identify. So it's around 3,160 calories per day. And then the Cunningham equation is another equation which is more precise. You also have the link in the Reddit right here. You can filter it out, this is the same numbers, and you get another result because it uses some other factors which are more precise. So that's what you need to bulk actually, not what your base rate is, because the base rate it's right here and it was 2,900 something. And then when you calculate you get 3,400, so that's the 3,000 we had with like 400 extra, so it's more precise but it's around 500 more. And using this we can actually figure out how much we need to eat. And last year, I prepared a little chart right here. Last year, for the last 3 months, this is what I ate. Basically in the morning I got cereal and milk. And then I made some sandwiches with bread and chicken breast and mayonnaise. At 12 o'clock I ate some cordon bleu with rice. Then I had a milkshake for the training, and in the evening I ate some cordon bleu and rice as well, and some tabbouleh, which is a salad from Tunisia. Yeah, you look here and you see it's 3,500, and that's clearly too much because we set a goal of 3,200 using my fitness app, which I use to track my meals, and I advise you to do the same because tracking your meals is very important, and I'm going to show you why. So you want to look at the different macros you use, because tracking macros is very important. And then you have like the goal 25, 50, 25 textbook style. And you see right here it's like 31, 45 and 21, so it's not very precise. And if you look, it's not like lacking, it's just because it isn't the right stuff you eat. And we have to figure out what has lots of calories we don't actually need. And if you look right here, for example, the mayonnaise has lots of calories, and it's only 40 grams actually of mayonnaise, so it's not a lot, but it's on the sandwich and it adds a huge amount of calories just because it has lots of fatty acids which are very caloric. They're actually basically twice as caloric as protein or carbs. So if you just add a little less mayonnaise, you see it goes right down, and I think that's acceptable. 27, 48 and 22, because it varies from day to day. Sometimes you're gonna eat more, sometimes you're going to eat less. And 3,300, it's not far away from 3,200. And actually I set a very moderate goal because I want to do things right. So, and that's what I wanted to talk about. It's very important to track what you eat, because sometimes you have little things you don't think about, like a Mars bar or some chocolate, or I know you guys are serious, but if you just take away the sauce from a salad dressing, for example, it's small things, but it can make a huge difference. And if you want to bulk right, you gotta think in the long run, and therefore you can't just add extra calories here and there, because it's going to show in the BMI and the body mass index and in the fat percentage you have, and your abs aren't going to show as well. And if you cut, you are going to struggle way more because you have all this extra fat you have got to lose. And even climbing stairs and stuff, it's very difficult. There's a certain fat per muscle ratio you shouldn't cross and I think it's about 20%. If you go over 20%, your endurance, it gets shit, so you can't do anything. But you have strength, of course, but you lose all your details, and you lose all your endurance. You can't climb stairs. I actually was in the 22s once, and I had to go like three stores up, and I was normally I squat and stuff. Yeah, I work out my legs, but I wanted to go three. This is so difficult for a German. I wanted to go 3 stores up, and I couldn't. I mean, I was there, but I was just like out of breath, and I felt shit compared to my colleagues who are just like 60 kilos and who weigh nothing, and they just walked there and they were happy. And I wanted to be this cool guy, the guy who works out, not to show off, but you know, I was pretty huge, and they just went like, haha, you can't even walk upstairs. So if you want to do things right, you gotta clean bulk, because you have to think in the long run, and you have to stay motivated. So you should check out the Reddit. It's right here. I will put a link in the description. You should go check it out right now, and you should read for yourself. You should do all these calculations I showed you, and start tracking your macros using the apps I showed you, because that's the best thing you can do. It's getting fit and feeling good in your body. If you want to eat right, you should try to eat as much protein as you can. Not really protein, because obviously meat is expensive. But if you go just for the small things, you know, just maybe eat a yogurt instead of a cream dessert or something, and then you will actually see the benefits. Because I just eyeballed it. As you can see, what I ate was way too much. And yes, I just eyeballed it, and it was actually pretty close, I would say, for just figuring things out. And if you just track what you eat, you can actually get some pretty good results. But you can do it as reckless as you want. You can just eat as much as you want and then some, because that's really something motivating if you eat the right amount, and then you see the results you expect. And it's just, you go out and you're happy. You feel actually very, very good in your body. And I advise you all to track your macros, and you can do the clean bulk, and you can do it right. Because dirty bulking, it's something very fun. You get huge amounts of strength, but you look like shit. Sorry guys, my camera died mid-sentence. What I wanted to say before we go is, yeah, you can try to bulk and eat as much as you can. Some say you have to eat as much as you want and then some. But that's not necessarily what I would recommend. If you want to bulk, you have to see it on the long run. You have to establish your base weight and then add as much as you think is good for you. And you can use actually these tools on Reddit to help you. And if you know what you're doing, and if you track it, and you can actually get some very, very good results. You just have to weigh yourself like every day. Try to always track what you eat, and don't eat too much, don't eat too less, and try to get as big as possible. Thank you for joining me on this journey on the road to big. See you guys.